Hello everyone, Dani Zed here, and I welcome you to my newest podcast. I'm like to welcome here also Blue of Guttural Secrete. How are you doing, buddy?
Good man. How is everybody?
Yeah, life is good, you know. And you just came back from Maryland Deathfest in Baltimore. How was that playing there with Guttural Secrete?
Well, man, I'll tell you what, it was quite the experience. We had played it in 2005, and it didn't go so great. So this was like a redemption show for that particular fest. So it was it couldn't have gone better. It was crowd was just maniacal, and the whole crew, everything about it was really good this year. And they had brought us to Netherlands last year, and it was the same treatment. So it was really good overall experience, and we were glad we got to redeem ourselves for it.
Okay, cool. So yet, how long was your set there? 30 minutes or longer?
It was 45 minutes. We
45 minutes.
co-headlined. Yeah, we co-headlined with Immolation that first night, so that was quite a
Okay,
that
sick.
was quite a
But now with Marion
yeah.
Deathfest, I think it's much more professional than back in 2005 and also 2008 when we met first time there, already 11 years. And but the sound and everything was good, and the people, like I said, were just going crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was definitely the venues were great, and it was insane, man. So we had a good time. It were too bad we had to leave. We couldn't stay for the whole thing, but that's life, you know.
Yeah, you,
Being an old man, that's how it is.
yeah, I remember last year when you played Neverland Deathfest, you just came in, played the show, get to drinks, and jump back on the plane.
Yeah, man, that was talk about jet lag. We got back to work. We all went to work like that, the next day after we got home, and yeah, we weren't worth a shit for about 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I can think of that. They have 9 hours. It's always hard with the time difference and stuff. I think the last time when we met in Vegas, 2014, when I went back after 4 weeks in Nevada and California, I struggled 1 week with the jet lag coming back.
Yeah, it's that jet lag is no joke, man. It it creeps up on you fast.
Yeah, I don't know how the people doing it with who doing that every week, with the traveling and shit.
Yeah, yeah, I don't either. That's why we don't tour.
Yeah, you're getting too old for that, right?
Well, I got most of us have dogs, and no kids or anything, but most of us have dogs, and that's pretty much our kids. So
Yeah,
it's hard for me to be home, away from home from them for too long.
yeah. So yeah, you're pretty settled down man already.
Oh yeah, shit. Like I said, I'm 37 years old. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm not young. So, but I like to be home. I like to play, but I like to be home too.
Yeah, I can understand. You're just 3 years older than me, so with me with the kid already and stuff, I can understand it fully.
Yeah, yeah, your new baby boy, your ass is on lockdown.
Yeah, totally. And I just think, yeah, you said you were in Texas for tattooing. And is it the guy who did all your back and everything?
Yeah, it's dude. He goes by Toxic.
Ah,
He's in
Toxic. Yeah, yeah,
Austin.
I know him. He tattooed
Yeah,
in a friend's place in Munich.
yeah. He's man. I'll tell you what. He's one of the best by far. But I mean, that's yeah. I mean, you could see from his work alone that he's how amazing he is. So yeah, I keep going back because he gives quality work, and he's just an all around genuinely good guy.
Yeah, I think he also learned or worked some time with Paul Booth, right?
Yeah, I think he worked at a Last Rites for. I'm not even going to try to guess how many years, but he was in New York for some time, and
Mm.
then I think he said he did like a convention or something in Texas, and he fell in love with Texas, and he just was like, "I'm going to move there," and that's what he did.
I think the guy is actually French.
We've never really got into it. He just he's very private, which is understandable, but we've never really actually talked about that. He's just like, "Oh, I'm from Europe."
Okay, he's just doing his work and
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to know him pretty good, but still, he doesn't really throw it out there. So, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna intrude on his
no,
like
no,
his,
you don't
his
have to.
private. No, yeah, no, it's just we're friends, and I just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just my friend who is owning the corpse painted tattoo in Munich, also a famous tattooer in Germany. When Toxic was there, he also tattooed his full chest, did a cover up and also his belly and stuff, but also just looked sick. And the works he was doing there, I wanted to get one tattoo from him, but no money, no time, so I sadly missed
Yeah,
him. But maybe one day.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's how it is, man. It's not a to get a good one. It's not cheap.
No, but take the money, take the time, and don't get a shitty tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. You see too many of that stuff. Too many monster logos out there.
Yeah, not like me having your logo tattooed.
No, I'd say, hey, you know what, man? Shit like that, bro. It's crazy to me to see that because I've seen a few, and yours included, and it's so crazy to me that somebody would love a band like that much, or to get something like that. It's definitely a huge honor. I mean, I always think it's
Okay, so you
great.
did something right with your music.
Well, I guess it's it definitely humbles you big time, and to see something like that you would actually want, and me drawing that logo all those years ago, to have
Yeah.
somebody actually want to make it permanent on their skin is just, it's quite the, again, it's definitely humbling. So that's awesome.
And which spot did you tattoo now?
The last time I went to Texas,
Yeah.
oh, just about my mid back.
Okay, you continued there.
Yeah. Every time we're trying to finish up that, he's trying to talk me into going 2 days in a row, and I don't know if I want to do that.
But sitting in the plane after that is pretty hard, I guess.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, it sucks. But he wraps me up, and it makes me about as comfortable as I can get.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, cool.
but it's still hard. It's still hard traveling doing that shit. But
But you're pretty packed,
is it?
so you have still some spots left to tattoo instead of
Yeah,
your face,
yeah. I'm trying to cover up all this white skin.
but not your face. Or are you going for that?
No, no, this face, ain't nothing can fix this ugly face, bro.
You released some weeks ago. You released a new single with Guttural Secrete.
Yeah, yeah,
How did that came up? You
yeah.
also have some physicals with posters now, right?
Yeah, we got we've been pretty inactive, and I don't know, that's kind of how we've been. We'll go in spurts, and Randy and Fitz were like, oh, we're gonna write a new song, so they put it together, and they actually had a couple songs, but then Randy, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't like some of the other parts, or
Mm.
basically he took the best elements of two songs and they made one. That's why it's a long fucker. It's like almost 4 minutes or so, but
Yeah, I was
um,
thinking that it's a longer song. Yeah.
yeah, and those ones are tough, especially doing that shit live, because I mean, my trying to have the air to do that, some of those, and it's not even that bad, as far as pattern wise, but anyways. Yeah, so we decided to do a single and just put it out, just to maybe hopefully get a little buzz going, since the last time we put out was 2012.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. And then Randy, he got a little deal where we could get posters in put it on CD for fairly inexpensive. So
Mm.
we said fuck it, just get it and see what happens.
Yeah, cool. How many copies did you print?
I want to say he got oh shit, I don't even know. It was like between 300 and 500 maybe. I could be wrong too, because I didn't handle any of it. So, but we'll have plenty. When we're playing Death Feast open air in August, so
Yeah.
everybody who's wondering if they're going to be able to get one, they'll be able to get one.
Yeah. I said you have to save me one. I will try my best to come at least one day to Deathfest Open Air in August. Do you know when you play? No, last time you didn't know the day.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I haven't. I've been dealing with Lucas, I believe, from Stillbirth.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard much lately. I'm sure they're getting busy, trying to get everything the ball rolling and everything. But it's still about 2.5, 3 months away. But
Yeah.
we still do not know what day we play. So, but it seems according to the flyer, at least we're pretty high up there. So I'm guessing
this will be one of the headliners in the evenings.
Yeah, maybe. Shit, I don't know. Just the experience is cool. I don't care if we play first, man. I mean, it's gonna be a fucking party.
Yeah, you will have a party for sure. But I like now we're finally doing it 12 years later since the first one you were invited.
Yeah, you know what? And man, I'll tell you what. That's another thing with like this year in particular. It's like redemption year because, with Maryland, we played it in 2005, and it was a shit show, right? It was just and this Deathfest open air, I think we booked it in 2006, but unfortunately with work stuff, that's just how it was unavoidable. Yeah, and luckily there was no financially there was no exchanges or anything like that to really make it a mess. But it sucks because it's the only show we've ever had to cancel, and it was based upon work, and people were still mad.
Yeah.
and even then, we'd only been around 2-3 years. So it's good that we finally get come back, man. So we were really happy to get asked again. So it's one of those shows that we've really been wanting to get back on, and now it's finally going to happen. So
it's always a good vibe there. It's not that big festival anymore. Depending on the open air style, like it was in the beginning, it's like a smaller venue, but with outside stage and camping and stuff. But the vibe there is always great. Probably sold out every time, depending on people, and just like I said, a good vibe, good feeling there, good people, just having fun. You will like it for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm like way stoked to play. Yeah, no, again, we're really excited. So it's been a long time coming, and the lineup is always stacked, and some of the bands, I'm definitely looking forward to playing with, or like the whole, man, it's like a trio. It's like to finally be able to play with Repugnance, Abysmal Torment, and Beheaded is like insane, because in 2006, we've always been a fan of Abysmal Torment, and in 2006, I believe they were actually on the bill, and we were like extremely excited to play with them back then. And now the fact that we come, forward X amount of years and they're actually on it with us again is amazing. So we're all really excited about that.
Yeah, nice. And also I can tell you, Abysmal Torment are pretty cool guys, easy going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met them a couple of times also. Like they had a club show some years ago. I think there were 20 or 30 people, and we went super drunk with them after the show. So it was pretty good.
Good. Yeah, I used to correspond with Nick every now and then, with the vocalist every now and then back in the day. It's been some years, but he was always really cool to talk to.
Yeah. And besides that, you said you're not going to write any more songs soon, right? Or just if you want to, or?
Well, we kind of, I don't know, because we had a pretty good response with Stains, and like our kind of direction is, I don't know if I'd say it's changed, but I guess it's matured from how technical and just wild the Nourishing was. Mm-hmm. So we've actually been taught, like, I'll tell you right now, we're never gonna do another full length. Like it's just it takes a lot of time, and it's too much with what all of us have going on, kind of just in general. So, but there has been talks of just us doing like between a 3 and 5 song EP, and just keep it like simple. Just something that's where we can get it out a lot quicker, and we can focus on writing, only like a handful of songs and make sure they're exactly what we want them to be, rather than, shit out fucking 10 songs and just, and Randy writes faster than, that guy's got riffs for days. And so, and now with the addition of Ryan is an exceptional guitar player, and he's every bit as good as Randy, but his style, he's definitely what's good with Ryan's style is he definitely keeps it more like the neutral, like he can write tech shit, but he's got that old school vibe to his writing and stuff. Like he was in Ryan. I don't know if anybody hasn't heard of him, but he was in a band called the Genocide Architect, and he, like, some of the shit he writes, and he's insane. Like he's a great guitar player. So I think, and these guys, they want me to try to write some riffs as well.
So you still play guitar from time to time?
Yeah, my lazy ass still plays guitar. Like I said, I still write. It doesn't mean I advertise it too much, but I still have a hand in the writing process. Like now, but this single, that's all Randy. Randy wrote that entire song, and him and Fitz. So, but I think with these next few songs, if we start writing, we're gonna actually start, me, Ryan, and Randy start collaborating. So it's gonna be something with the addition of something else. Because Randy and I have written songs together, but to add another guy after all these years, it's definitely gonna add a new element. So it should be pretty cool, man, because Ryan's a great guitar player.
Yeah, and maybe just do a crushing EP like your first one for Unmatched Brutality.
Yeah, man, like the times have changed with the effectiveness of records anymore, but it's hard to write a good original song that everybody's gonna latch onto. My personal opinion, I don't think anybody can ever write anything that's gonna stick out or stand out, as stuff like from the mid '90s to early 2000s or whatnot. But we're hoping that people latch onto it. We're getting away from that extreme, like that shit that we wrote on Nourishing. We went a little overboard. All of us feel with that record in regards to like how we wrote.
Was it too technical for you in the aftermath or?
Yeah, because we were going through a weird time, man. I don't know. I wouldn't say they're bad songs, but they're not great songs. Like I'm more particularly talking about like my side, because I wrote half that record and Randy wrote half the record, so there was like it was weird because there was no collaboration on any of the songs. So other than Coprophilic Asphyxia, which we did we re-recorded. But him and I wrote that song together, but everything else was separate, and it's just not what, hindsight, it's just not what we wanted it to be recording wise and everything else. So like we only play 2 songs from that, minus Coprophilic. We only played 2 songs from that record, and that's Stainless Conception and Dead and Prior to Coitus, and we haven't played Deaden for a while, so. Yeah.
So you're much more. You will go a little bit more if you do something in the Reek era, from a style.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I mean, again, we'll never recapture what Reek was. I mean, that between that and the EP, that kind of, I think, put us on the map. Yeah. As far as for just the brutal death metal side of things, which is good, and we kind of came out at a time where it was still. People were still latching on to that kind of stuff. So
yeah, there was still the magic in the scene going on.
Yeah, man. But we gotta. I don't know. And as far as like the direction and stuff like that, like you saw how with the Reek and all the misogyny and stuff, and people are starting to. I mean, I know a lot of people still do it, and it's just kind of got in that saturation. Of in the scene of all that stuff, which is still cool. I mean, I don't mind that shit, but I know people are so fucking sensitive these days with all the baby shit. We just kind of, the direction is in itself is just kind of all changing conceptual wise, and then musically we're just going to try to simplify some things, but still have those tech elements we had in Reek.
So maybe do a little good hybrid stuff of the little technical and Murder Reek straight stuff, and make a good combination. Just take the parts you want to have on the songs and.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we really want to incorporate, because we've always had that kind of groove element with stuff, and like I said, Stains, the single, is kind of the direction we're kind of pushing now. Now it might change a little bit too, because again, Randy wrote that song by himself, and Randy's style is very distinct. He's, and so when we add me and Ryan to the mix on this like EP, it's we're not even quite sure how it's going to turn out. We're really excited to see though, because I'd say every one of us can write, can bring some pretty cool riffs to the table. So we'll see how it turns out when it's all done.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Maybe in 2 or 3 years I can hear it. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, I gotta hope it doesn't take that long. these boys have been getting on my ass to like for song titles and concepts, and so everybody's kind of ready to go.
Yeah. And do you still also have some side projects like the Euphegenia stuff?
The Euphegenia is, as far as I can tell, it's kind of, it's for the most part, it's dead in the water. I mean, we with what we're doing with GS and everything else, it's kind of been put like on the way back burner. So I'm not sure if we'll ever do anything with that again. Maybe record some stuff later, but there's that. Fitz and I, we actually have 3 songs written for a side project we've been wanting to do for a lot of years that we've talked about, but we have it's a band, we're calling it Grime.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we have 3 tunes written. It's with as busy we've been with GS and work and stuff, it's just been hard to get together we need to go back through them. Like, we've been lazy as hell with it. It's it's discouraging, but I have 3 brand new original songs, and they're pretty damn good, man. It's really straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
I know that shit takes time, when you're super busy with work and stuff, and you have to take care of your dogs. It's like also like little children, so yeah, everything takes time.
Yeah, speaking of my little children, my little girl's sitting right by the door wanting to go outside. They are like damn kids. They all want to.
Yeah, so like if you don't come fast and make a dump in front of the door, as we mentioned.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good. They know not to piss or shit in the house. I kick their ass.
Besides that, do you have any future musical plans besides bringing maybe that EP? So you have any more goals, or you just say do it for fun?
Man, no. At this point, we're just it's all for fun, man. Like we're all pretty busy with work and stuff like that, and getting a little older. It's hard to. We still have the drive. Like playing a show like Maryland, it just kind of relights the flame to actually want to do some stuff. But then again, you get back into the reality of things, and it gets a little tough to start.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, life changes. I know. And but it's cool that you're still that much requested for playing shows and stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm still in disbelief that sometimes some of these offers we get, and it's again, it's real humbling, man. Like it's that people actually still want to see us play, and I know we don't play out that much, and but it's still cool to get those compliments and stuff like that. Like I said, it definitely, we've always been grounded anyways, but it's definitely cool and to hear people's reactions, and and for people that have never got to see us live finally get to see us, and they we try to do the best we can to be a pretty intense live band, so it makes us feel good.
Yeah. Also, when you do the shows, I saw from you have a lot of movement always going on there, and you just delivered. Also last year at Netherlands Deathfest, you just brought it,
Yeah, no, we appreciate that. Yeah, I can't seem to hold still. If I hold still, I feel weird. So, and plus I just.
That's the part when you became the Beastmaster on stage.
I can't. Everybody gets mad at me because they can't. If they're trying to take pictures, they say I move too much. So that's always a blur.
And I don't know if you said it before. How long you will stay in Europe? Just not the whole festival, right?
I personally, I'd like to stay for the whole thing. I don't. Again, those are details that really haven't been worked out, and like I said, I'm not sure what day we're flying in. I'm not sure what day we're flying out. Again, personally, I would love to stay, an extra day and enjoy the entire festival. But you know, with some other guys, like some of us, we just got to get back to work. So, and it's kind of a busy season for everybody. So, but we'll see. As of right now, I do not know.
Yeah, and I think Vegas Deathfest is also coming close, right?
Yeah, it's not next weekend, but the weekend after maybe. I think it's like the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah, but you're not playing this time.
No, we played. I think we played it last year. Shit, I don't even know anymore.
I know you played often there. It's the hometown
show.
Yeah,
no more.
Just be there private, have a party. That's okay.
Yeah, and you know it's gonna be. It's funny because Randy works for the company that I do, and he's on a job that the project is right down there. Mm-hmm. Where the fest is at, so it's kind of funny because he's going to be working right down there, and the day that the fest starts, so he'll be right in the middle of all that shit.
So he can after work he can just straight go to the show.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Randy ain't going to go to the fest right after work. He's going home. He's going home.
No drinking and working. I know it's hard.
Oh yeah. No, he's like I said, he wants to go home. He's got his babies too, his dogs.
Yeah. So you have some recommendations for Vegas underground bands or some new US bands came up, you know?
You know, as far as Vegas, like man, we got like Depulsed.
Yeah, they just played Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were still over there or something. I don't know. I don't keep up a whole lot, but then Implements of Hell. That's another one. I think you guys know Clayton Mead. I think he's still doing that one. Mm-hmm. Exuberation. We just played with them. They're a bunch of my buddy Josh Marzak. He's the singer in that band. They're really young, but they're doing really good. They're trying to get out there, and they're fairly new. And we just played that show. We did a local show with. We were able to get on with Cattle Decapitation and that Unidad Trauma. And Josh's band opened, so it was cool to play with them finally. Like I said, a bunch of good kids. They're hungry and wanting to get it done.
Yeah, nice. Still some fires going on in the scene, yeah.
yeah, for Vegas, I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few others, but I don't know a whole lot about any of them. Like I said,
so you're not following so much anymore, just from time to time to discover.
Yeah, fuck no, man. I don't. Like I said, I don't get involved too much anymore. Just other than just trying to keep up with them, trying to keep up with my own band.
Yeah. So what records have been spinning in your player list lately? So just old school stuff.
Yeah, man. You know, I can't. There's just not a whole lot of this newer stuff coming out. Like I've been listening to like a lot of Scattered Remnants. Mm-hmm. Flesh Grind and stuff like that. Like I kind of again, it's really hard for me to really listen to any of this newer stuff coming out just because it's not for lack of talent. That's by any means, but nobody writes like memorable songs anymore. And
just say with the stuff that worked.
And I say that lightly, so if anybody's listening, not like to get offended and think I'm an asshole or anything, but it's just my own opinion. Like I got my shit that I like, and I mean, again, it's not for lack of talent. These bands, what they do nowadays is insane, but and off the top of my head, as far as like anything new, I'm trying to think. There was a couple things that I think I might have gotten. It was pretty good, but right now I can't even think about it. But yeah, I pretty much keep it to the old school. Like there's a lot of these bands like for instance like that style like Tomb Mold and Spectral Voice and stuff like that. I've been into that stuff pretty heavy lately. That stuff's really good. And seeing that stuff at Maryland Deathfest this weekend was really intense. Like it definitely live just smashes what the CD is,
Mm-hmm, cool. But you still also listen to Iniquity?
Oh yeah. Iniquity Grime is hands down the greatest album ever written, and I'll stick to that till the day I die.
Yeah, I can remember when I I sent you, I guess, a picture when I saw them 5 years ago live, or even 6 years ago, and I think you just sent me a middle finger up back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why? Yeah. So when they had Matt Harlow, he's the man. The guy writes just riffs that are absolute bananas, and he's I follow like a lot of the stuff. Now he's in the Under Gang,
Hmm.
which is another band I like. But man, between all the projects he's done, like uh, when he was in Swollen back in the day, and then Iniquity, and then he did that project Strangler.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just that guy. Yeah, that's the greatest riff writing son of a bitch ever lived. So, in my opinion, and his vocals on top of that, it's just like a hollow.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I can remind when the Grime album came up, there was that grindcore karaoke video in the web. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that one. I don't remember
Yeah, there was
anything
just
like that.
some fun thing there. I think it came up with MySpace around that. I just remember
Oh,
that,
okay.
and I think through that I came to Iniquity back then, and then bought the whole discography.
Well, the first one I think I got of them, I think was Five Across the Eyes, and then that one obviously that one's a classic. But
Yeah,
then when I heard Grime, it was just that was the game changer, man. Just because I don't know, just something about that record, man. It was just like everything about it was just disgusting. I mean, it was fucking grime, like it was
yeah.
just nasty. So
And
that one's
also,
always stuck with.
and so you think the grime thing influenced you also a lot in your writing, your songs?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, I can't. I still, as much as I try to have I mean, the influence is still there, but as much as I want to try to write certain riffs like that, like I get like, I definitely, I feel, obviously it goes into whatever comes out, it's going to come out. So I got my style. And I try to have as much influence with that stuff as I can, but again, whatever comes out is what comes out. So, but
Yeah.
the influence is definitely there.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty much through with the questions I prepared, and I know you something you want to talk about still.
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee, watching my dogs play.
Yeah, I think you're set up. I also don't want to interrupt your day off too long.
No, it's all good, man. I've had 4 days off, bro. I'm almost ready to go back to work. Any long time longer than 2 or 3 days, and I start to get antsy.
I think today's Labor's Day in US, right?
Memorial Day, yeah, yeah.
Memorial, sorry.
No, yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, it's fortunately we had 2 days off coming back from Maryland, so we all got to relax.
Yeah, I know, but when I was working, we have all this also conference calls going on, and all the US colleagues were missing, and then one of my colleagues said, yeah, US day off is today. That's why I thought, okay, now I know why you have time.
Yeah, yeah. No, everything's closed up today still.
Then I just would say, enjoy your day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I am. Like I said, that's what I plan on doing. I'm not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, and then always in my podcast interviews, last words are always on you. Something you want to say?
Oh no, hey man, I appreciate everybody. You know, everybody who's been supporting us for all these years and continue to support us. And man, we love you all. You guys are, again, we ain't shit without you. So we'll keep trying to do our best to quit being old farts and putting out new music when we can. So we definitely appreciate everybody's patience because it takes us a while to get the ball rolling, but when we do, it seems like everybody's pretty happy. So,
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
again, yeah, like I said, we love everybody, man. Everybody's been great and continues to be. So,
Yeah,
thank you.
you too. Just thank you for having the time today, and always good to hear from you, buddy. And I really
Yeah,
hope to
man.
see you in summer.
Yeah, man. I hope to see you in Germany, bud. I should that you live there.
Yeah. But time, kids and stuff always can be difficult.
No, I totally understand, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. We hope to, well, like I said, we're super excited to be back in Germany in August, and hope to see a lot of old friends and make a lot of new ones, man. So we'll see everybody in August.
Okay, we do that anyway. And yeah, just enjoy your day and have a good one, man. Hear you.
You too, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you, buddy.